shoots. Bure all the way.
We're about to dive into the electrifying saga of a player who didn't just play the game, he set it on fire. Some guys score goals, some guys fly down the ice, but Pavel Bure, he was truly a lightning bolt in skates, a blur of speed and skill that left jaws on the floor and goalies in despair. They called him the Russian Rocket, and for good reason. He was a one-of-a-kind force who redefined what it meant to dominate the rink. But why does his story matter? Well, because hockey thrives on pure, unbridled excitement, and Bure delivered that in spades. He wasn't just a player, he was a spectacle, a human highlight reel you'd pay top dollar just to watch tear up the ice. So let's take a look at the life of Pavel Bure, from his roots in Moscow to his immortal legacy in the NHL. But before we get started, do me a favor and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. 90% of you watching aren't subscribed yet, and we're on a mission to hit 1,000 subs faster than Bure could skate end to end. Thanks again, as every click helps. So picture this, Moscow 1971. A future legend is born into a world of Soviet grit and icy dreams. Pavel Bure enters the scene, son of Vladimir Bure, a swimming icon who nabbed Olympic medals like they were candy. But young Pavel wasn't interested in splashing around in pools. He had his eyes locked on the ice. At 6, he's lacing up his skates, stumbling through tryouts for CSKA's Moscow Hockey School. His dad gave him an ultimatum: shape up in 2 months or ship out. Spoiler alert, he shaped up. By 11, he's the best forward in his league, and at 14, he's tearing it up with the Red Army's junior squad. This wasn't just talent. It was destiny forged under the Soviet system's relentless pressure cooker, a system that turned out legends like metal in a factory. Fast forward to '89, the Vancouver Canucks take a wild gamble, nagging Bure 113th overall in the NHL draft. Why so late? The Cold War shadow loomed large. Nobody knew if this Soviet star could escape the West. But escape he did, defecting in '91 with his family in tow, landing in North America like a comet. His NHL debut, November 5, 1991, against the Winnipeg Jets. No goals yet, but those end-to-end rushes, pure electricity. Then came the 91-92 season, 34 goals in 65 games, a Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year, and a supernova was born. The Russian Rocket had officially launched. Hold on to your seats, because this is where Bure gets supersonic. Speed? He had it in buckets, the fastest skater of his generation, bar none. From his own zone to the net in a heartbeat, he was a predator on blades, leaving defenders choking on his dust. A human highlight reel doesn't even cover it. Every shift was a potential SportsCenter top 10. In the 92-93 season, he blasts 60 goals, and the next year another 60. Back-to-back 60-goal seasons in the 90s? Nobody else touched that. And 94? He drags the Canucks to the Stanley Cup Final, scoring one of the most iconic goals in franchise history. Game 7, overtime, against Calgary, a breakaway deke that still gives Flames fans nightmares. Fans didn't just love him, they worshipped him. Why? Because Bure was fearless, electrifying, a one-man show who could flip a snooze fest into a blockbuster with a single stride. On the ice, he was a magician, stick-handling through traffic, roofing pucks like it was nothing. Off it, he was the guy who made Vancouver buzz. His peak wasn't just stats either. It was a revolution of speed and swagger that had the hockey world buzzing. In the 93-94 playoffs alone, he racked up 16 goals and 31 points in 24 games, second only to Conn Smythe winner Brian Leetch. That's clutch. And let's talk about playmaking, because Bure wasn't just a sniper. In the 93-94 season, he turned grinder Gino Ojek into a 16-goal scorer, doubling his buddy's career totals up to that point. That's the Rocket's magic. He didn't just shine, he elevated everyone around him. Teammates fed off his energy, opponents feared his every move, and the Canucks, they rode his coattails to their deepest playoff run ever. This was Bure at his zenith, a comet blazing through the NHL galaxy. But even Rockets hit turbulence. By 95, the injuries started piling up. Knees, the bane of every speedster. A brutal ACL tear against Chicago sidelines him for the 95-96 season, and though he battles back, the damage is done. He's still elite, still dazzling, but the wear and tear is creeping in. Then comes the bombshell, 98. Bure's had enough of Vancouver. He demands a trade, sits out, and the city turns on him. Selfish? Ungrateful? Fans were booing the man they once cheered, and in January of '99, he shipped to the Florida Panthers in a blockbuster deal. The Russian Rockets' Vancouver chapter ends in chaos, but the story is far from over. The trade wasn't just a shock, it was a saga. Bure aired grievances about feeling alienated by Canucks management, citing contract disputes and a lack of support after defecting. Rumors swirled. Had he threatened to sit out the '94 playoffs over money? He denied it, but the damage was done. Vancouver lost a king, and Bure lost his home. His exit left a scar on the franchise, but it also lit a fuse for his next explosive chapter. Florida's sun shines bright on Bure as he ignites like never before. In the '99-2000 season, he torches the league with 58 goals, snagging the Rocket Richard Trophy as the NHL's top sniper. Next year, 59 goals and back-to-back Richards. He's not just scoring, he's rewriting Panthers history, setting franchise records left and right. How? Speed, smarts, and a wrist shot that could pierce steel. And with his brother Valeri joining him in 2001, the magic keeps flowing. But injuries strike again. Knees, groin, you name it. A brief stint with the Rangers follows in 2002, where he still posts 19 goals in 39 games despite hobbling. By 2003, the tank's empty. Chronic knee issues force him out, and in 2005, he hangs up the skates with 437 goals in just 702 games, one of the wildest goals per game ratios ever. The 2000-2001 season wasn't just a comeback, it was a roar. Bure accounted for 29.5% of Florida's goals, a league record for a single player's dominance. And playing with Valeri, that was a dream come true, a brotherly bond fueling highlight after highlight. Even in New York, hobbled as he was, he showed flashes of the old Rocket, 12 goals in 12 games post-trade in 2002. His body betrayed him, but his spirit was unbreakable. Pavel Bure didn't just play hockey, he redefined it. Speed and skill. He wrote the blueprint for the modern NHL, paving the way for the zippy, flashy stars of today. Every time he touched the puck, it was like plugging into a live wire. Something insane was about to happen. His legacy? A Hockey Hall of Fame nod in 2012, a spot among the NHL's greatest 100 players in 2017, and a career that screams icon. He wasn't just fast, he was a force of nature, a comet streaking across the ice, leaving trails of awe and broken records. For a time, nobody, and I mean nobody, was more thrilling to watch. Beyond stats, Bure's impact echoes in the game's evolution. His .623 goals per game average ranks third all-time among the NHL's top 100 scorers, behind only Bossy and Lemieux. Coaches voted him the league's best skater in '93, and fans, they gave him Vancouver's most exciting player award 5 times. The Canucks retired his number 10 in 2013, cementing his place as a franchise titan. He never won the cup, but his mark, eternal. And there you have it, the Russian Rockets' wild ride from Moscow to immortality. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's spark a debate in the comments. Was Pavel Bure truly a game changer, the greatest goal scorer of the '90s, or was he just a flashy star who never hoisted the cup? Drop your take below. Can't wait to hear it. And until next time, check out one of our other videos by clicking here, and I'll see you in the next one.